Guys, just a few minutes ago I was talking to Storm about psychological aspect of interior design, and I decided to create a video of how emotional design can connect it with the psychological aspects of design, and let's go watch it. What makes a good interior different from an ordinary one? It's really simple. You can tell a story about good interior. It's about people who live in it. The interior has character. It has meaning that stirs emotions. It's not just a set of trendy furniture. It's something special. It's a story about the people who live there. Let me give you a real-life example of how meaning can transform an interior. One of my clients has a game they love to play. They play The Floor is Lava. You're not allowed to touch the floor, you can move only across the furniture or racks. It's a fun little thing that they do. But this game is tied to their emotions, to their life, to how they met, to what makes them such a great couple. We put that idea into their interior design. At the moment you add meaning to a visual image, that space transforms. It becomes personal, it becomes special, something truly connected to the person's life. From just a nice looking space, and there are a lot of those, you get an amazing concept, one with a story worth telling. So friends, today we're talking about emotional interiors. We're not trying to make you cry, but rather to show you how to make your home truly you. In this video I'll help you come up with a concept for your own interior, so that your home gives you energy and charges you every single day. I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how to do that. And as always, I'll show you through the example of an apartment I'm currently working on. What do you think? How does it work?
To me, I imagine that it works by maybe things that have a personal meaning to us. For example, either it could be an item, maybe on traveling, where you bring an item home that you have a sentimental value to, something a family member has given you as well. I think it's small parts of those that are sentimental and have meaning to us, but also then parts that are things we enjoy. So for example, this can be in the certain colors that I chose. I look at my bed cover and I absolutely love it. Every time I see it, it's so inviting and calming, and it was just the perfect bed cover. Something so small, but the relaxation feeling it had on me, that helps me a great deal in winding down at night. And then I also think creating things that we really like. So now that I have more items like some wine and some things that allow me to explore my passion and feel invigorated again, and a great bathtub.
And I can say it has two things. One thing is the main idea of the project. Like what can be a pillow.
Right, a pillar.
Yeah, the pillar. What can be the pillar?
Been learning good English, Alex.
And another thing, the small parts. It's like kind of I don't know. It's kind of a small piece, like a lovely statue, or from your travel, or kind of cushion close to the window or something like this. What give you, or I don't know, swings.
Something that creates movement in the apartment.
Small piece what you add to your main idea. Like you have a pillar and you add small details to this pillar to add it more perfect.
Right.
The guide, how to find an idea for your interior. Step 1. Write down all your hobbies. To make it clear, I use myself as example. And don't be shy, grab a pen and paper or your phone notes, and let's try this together. Okay, or at least say a few things you love to yourself in your head. It doesn't have to be house related, just anything you enjoy. Here's mine, what I do personally enjoy. I love surfing, I go to Bali from time to time and surf there. I enjoy hanging out with friends, we often get together and play board games. I love learning languages and explore different cultures, meeting and talking to people from all around the world. I just love traveling, it's one of my biggest passions. Feels like I travel once a month, sometimes more. Recently I was in Los Angeles, been to China a few times, 2 different cities, and to Bali, and soon I will fly to Japan for the Architecture Expo in Osaka. I'm obsessed with architecture and interior design. It's not just in my job, it's my passion. I love video production and filming, another big passion. Honestly, this channel probably wouldn't exist without it, because it gets very few views, makes no money and takes a huge amount of time and energy. But I love it, I keep doing it. I just love working. My work is my life. Design, architecture, business, filming, it takes up almost all my time. And I really love it, I am passionate about it. I enjoy working out, I love running, and probably the most important thing, I love variety. I love when things change visually, then I can tweak or transform something. Different food, different countries, different routines. I love being able to adapt things to my mood or goals. So yeah, I love variety, that's my main inner driver. So what do you love? Come on, it's not that hard. Just pause the video for a second and say to yourself what you enjoy doing. And if you're up for it, share in the comments below. I'll write back with some interesting ideas you could base on your favorite things.
So for me, I was making a list, and I think that the first thing was that I love connecting with people. I love connecting with people from all walks of life, from different cultures, from different places, and you'll know that through our work together. Another thing that I really love is photography and art.
Yeah.
And that was something that I think I loved photography for a long time, but over time has gone by, I've realized more and more how much I love it, both in nature, but then also the cityscapes in Hong Kong, which we're really lucky to have such an incredible landscape here to explore. Then definitely for me, family, friends, and my dog Herbie. So they're a huge component in my life, and I feel like they're all throughout my interior as well in terms of photographs, and especially I love socializing with friends who can often come around. And yeah, I love taking time for the small moments. So now that I'm in my new apartment, I'm thinking how I can incorporate all of these aspects of myself, but now in my living space. I have a lot of bottles of wine, which I love to drink as well.
Oh, you told me about what you love. You love nature, communication, and you love to be in the nature. You love drink wine. And I think it can be kind of, I don't know, garden. Maybe a garden. Do you know, I get idea, it's like you're from South Africa and you have a lot of wine. And it's kind of like, I don't know, terrace in the wine field, and to create this idea through all your experience. This is kind of oasis in place, in place where you can connect. It's like a, I don't know, family dinner or family lunch of friends in the. It's like a terrace in the vineyard, and your home it will be like terrace where you can meet with friends, and it's connected with your personality, for example, with your passions, wine, friends, garden, and what you're from South Africa too, and you can create your own space in this style. Take into account the people who live with you. It's not just about interior that gives you energy. It also needs to inspire and uplift the people living with you. That's a very important part of the process. So the next step is talk to the people who will be living in the space with you. Ask the same question you asked yourself. Let them write it down on paper, in their phone notes, whatever. What do they enjoy? What do they love? Ask them to list out what they're interested in, what sparks them, what really matters to them. Here is what my wife Vika likes. Working with kids, traveling, learning new things, studying languages and cultures, playing board games, practicing yoga and meditating. What else inspires you? What places, movies, music, nature, images, life moments? Add those to the list. For example, me. Sometimes I get nostalgic for the place where I was born. Every now and then I like to go back there for a couple of weeks to visit family, loved ones and old friends. Another thing, I really enjoy beautiful views, just watching them. And another one, I love science fiction. I enjoy reading it and imagining what the world might look like in the future. Okay, I'm on a roll now. The key is just to start. Finding common ground. Now you've got your list of things you love, the list from the people who will be living with you. The next step is to find what overlaps. Keep the things that both of you enjoy, or things that one person really loves and the other is neutral about. Here's how it's worked for us. We both love traveling. We both love the idea of movements and variety. We both enjoy sports, though in different ways. We both like learning about cultures, languages, and play board games. Sci-fi, no objections, but with a note. We didn't want the apartments to look like a teenage bedroom. Video production, our shared view. Let's not turn the apartment into a studio. Better to use a separate space for filming. We can start about series. By the way, friends, if you're new here, this is a series about how I'm setting up my own home space. In previous episodes, we've already covered how to choose an apartment from an architect's perspective, what I personally look for, how to design a small space, specific techniques to make even a small apartment work at full capacity. A trip to IKEA was worth buying without making your interior look cheap. For example, I chose a wardrobe there. How to pick appliances so they don't ruin the look of your space and blend in organically. How to add color to your interior so it works and doesn't overwhelm the room. And today I'm sharing how to come up with a design idea that resonates with you and gives you energy every single day. Creative the concept, the creative process begins. Now that you've got a list of common interests, it's time to the fun parts, the creative process. There are different ways to do it, but the main idea is brainstorm and write everything down. Here's what we did. We just walk around and talk about what the concept could be. And if something sounded good, we wrote it down in the Notes app on our phones. So if you ever saw two people gesturing wildly near the park, don't worry, they're just brainstorming their future home's concept. Here are some of the ideas we considered. An interior as a journey through different world cultures. But that felt too general. We wanted something more about us. East Slavic culture using decor, patterns and artwork from our home regions. Nice idea, but felt a little too basic. An interior as a ship traveling through different eras and cultures. Cool concept, but we didn't want the place turning into a sci-fi showroom. And transformer interiors where each zone reflects a different mood or a state of mind. That was getting closer. And an interiors as a reflection of our movements through life and personal growth. That one really hit home. And finally, the concept we landed on was movement and change. We lived in different countries, travel a lot, and the world around us is constantly shifting and moving forward. That's exactly what's happening in the apartment itself. Large windows showing different views, the sea, the port, highways and bridges, constant movement 24/7. So we decided our interior would reflect that concept too. It's about movement, about change. That deeply resonates with us. In this apartment we are moving forward, growing, changing our environment and changing ourselves. And the space should reflect that. How we built this into the apartment's layout. Use this example for how to do it in your own space. Living room. A blend of Asian and East Slavic cultures. A light touch of ethnic style and digital elements. A space for socializing, transformation and hosting friends. Hobby room, home office, a magical garden. Life plans, decor and cozy vibes. A place for hobbies, rest and inspiration. Bedroom. A journey to another planet, a sci-fi world. Why? I listen to sci-fi audiobooks before bed. It helps me disconnect quickly. The bedroom is a space for recovery and fresh emotion. Balcony, an observation deck. A workspace with a beautiful view, perfect for Zoom calls and recharging with the scenery. I believe that emotion motivates people to go forward.
I agree.
That's why it gives people energy. And if you go to your home and your home gives you energy and it creates good in your all psychological aspects and your mood and I don't know in your relationship with other people and how you sleep. Yeah, it's really connected both. but we're talking about good emotion. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, interior can give you good emotion.
bad.
Yeah, and the idea, if you can add to your interior something personal from you, like I don't know,
Something that means something
Do
to
you know-
you, it has some of
do you
your
know,
emotion.
I give you an example. I have a client. He was Marine, yeah, and he
Okay.
remember how sunset go down.
Yeah.
He remember sunset time, how sun is go down, and we add interior in this color.
Color scheme?
Yes, and
Wow.
it just a simple interior, nothing more, but it has a blue, just a small orange, and for
Kind of
for,
like
for
when
usual,
the
for
sun
usual,
will give a
for
reflection
usual
on the
people
ocean.
who don't have this experience, it will be just a simple interior with blue
Right.
color and a little bit red. But for him, it was the personal one, and it push him forward. Yeah, give him energy
Right.
because it's connected to his personality.
Luxurious
I remember you
bed?
told me about you wanna make a bathtub on your rooftop, guys.
Exactly. So I feel like bathing or being in water, I love swimming as well. And especially living in the middle of the city, either you can go out to a beach or go to one of the swimming pools, which is amazing.
And you love to be in nature, and you can create your own garden on your rooftop.
This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's a good
thinking it
idea.
might not be too difficult in terms of getting a tub, something that I can go onto the rooftop, dip in and out of when the days are so hot now that we're in the middle of summer. And yeah, that's especially been one of my inspirations.
Special touches how to add emotions and the wow effect to your interior. Now, one of the most important parts to make your interior truly irresistible. You've got to fill it with touches you love. And those touches can be very different. I'll list some I've seen in various projects, my own or our studios, with examples. Pick the ones that resonate with you, or maybe you'll come up with your own. Examples: fireplace. You can have a fireplace even without a chimney. It can be an electric one or a bioethanol fireplace. Real flame, no smoke. In one of my apartments, I just built a portal with real candles. The effect was amazing. Indoor swim. A swim always adds emotion to a room. It's fun to sit on, sway gently, or take photos. Any home with a swing feels more joyful and alive. Quick life hack. Ensure you add a rope to the bottom, which will stop you from crashing into anyone or anything around you. Make a meaningful object the focal point. For instance, in one of our projects, the client from Asia loved his samurai sword. We made it the centerpiece of the living room's composition, so he could admire it every day. Another great feature in that project, a dedicated Korean barbecue stove built right into the bar counter. Guests could sit around it, grill together, chat. It created an awesome vibe. The Rada Aquarium. We had a client who was into fishing, so we installed an aquarium with piranhas between the hallway and the living room. They're the first thing you see when entering. Very impactful and a perfect reflection of the client's personality. And also a great way to explain to your unexpected guests why you don't get unexpected guests anymore. Indoor garden. You can recreate a garden feel right inside your apartment. It doesn't have to be all real plants. You can mix them with artificial ones. The key is creating the right mood. Like in one of our Bali style project, high up in a skyscraper. The contrast was amazing. My personal one, bed by the window. A bed placed directly by a window with great views has a strong emotional impact. Window nook with a sofa, starry sky projector, secret door or hidden room, or even a hammock inside your home. The main rule, they should bring you joy. Something you're actually excited to use and enjoy. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next part of this series.